talk to Rousseau, so I'll pop down here where
Okay.
everyone is at the beach.
Yeah, they're just having fun and playing, and maybe by this point, I would say that the kids plus Maya and Ty, I think they're actually like at the waterfall, so they're sort of not showering, but just kind of letting the water like hit their heads and stuff, you know. But anyway,
I'd imagine if they're pulling in the water, I'm holding the hollow calf so it's not drowning.
yes, yes. Okay.
Wow. So you're on keep kids from drowning themselves duty.
Yeah, you always gotta watch them. What can I do you for, Leon, as I'm, like, cradling the baby Hala? Yes,
If,
girl.
is this a new pet? A new friend?
He said the P word.
How dare you? This this is Balin's new friend. He picked her out himself.
Oh, nice. Okay. He sort of like tries to pet it with his finger. Aw.
Yeah. Little cutie, isn't she?
Yeah. Thought of a name yet?
No, Balin's working on one.
Okay.
He's gonna be the one taking care of it, so it's fair he gets to name it.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, I mostly wanted to talk to you about, is your offer still valid to talk to Violetta about, soul stuff?
Absolutely.
I know that you're, watching, but I think Posh is over there, so maybe you can hand off the duty of keeper.
She probably doesn't want to talk to me at the current moment. So, I feel like we could trust my and Ty long enough with the Hala till we get what we need to get done.
Okay. Thank you.
And, don't need to really go into detail, but I'll give the baby Hala over to my and Ty and be like, we'll be back in like an hour tops.
Oh, she's adorable. Yes, absolutely. I love her speckles on her fur.
Yep, real unique. If you wouldn't mind, I'll be back to take her in a moment. Just Leon needs to talk to Violetta.
Oh yeah, take your time. Absolutely, take your time. She'll be in good hands.
Okay.
On the way over, I'd like to ask Rousseau. So, I know we all have the big final battle, but then what do you think you're going to do afterwards?
I'm honestly kind of lost. I know that I'm going to prioritize being with my family above most everything else. Me and Violetta have our plans, and I plan to see Balin into adulthood. As for the whole godhood thing, I only took this with the understanding of I could fix what was messed up long ago, and when that's over, I think my need to be any godly essence is probably going to go with it.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like a good plan. But, I mean,
Lest I feel the four of you are going to mess it up so bad to where I have to be there.
oh no, like the nanny god, the the one who keeps everyone in check.
But yeah, that's all I have really planned. Finish this, be with my family, and have kind of a career.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you still have your lawyering to do.
Yeah, I do. So why the sudden change to go see Violetta after you've already figured most everything out?
Well, as a magician, most of my most magic comes from just researching and understanding. And well, I'd like to understand myself as much as possible, and more data points is always useful.
I get that. Well, Violet can absolutely peer into you. Just be ready to lose a hair or two.
Oh no! Sort of like touches his hair. It's like snip snip, or is it like fall out?
More of yank, honestly.
Unfortunate.
Eh, has results though.
Yep. I expect that we've arrived, but
Yep, I'll kind of knock on the door.
The door will open and Violetta will be in her. I mean, she probably has like a lounging outfit that she normally wears, so she's not nearly as dressed up as she normally is. She's still wearing makeup. Her hair is down a little bit, and this is definitely the most relaxed because normally Violet is very poised, but she's got a little more relaxed nature for her, and she's got a mug of something that she's sipping, and then she gives you a smile and says, "Why, hello, darling." "Oh, hello there, dear," she says, turning to Leon.
Violetta, Leon said he'd like a reading from you.
"Oh, this is exciting," she says. Come in, come in. I haven't done one of these in quite some time."
oh boy, I heard that you are gonna need some of my hair.
That definitely will be very helpful, yes.
Um, do you need some blood as well? I don't really know how this goes.
Hair will be sufficient.
Okay.
I'm not a blood mage. I know a lot about it, but I'm not a blood mage myself.
Oh, have you met Pyrus?
I'm aware of who he is.
I mean, I don't really know much about your profession, but maybe, because blood is about the essence and magical raw energy that comes from your human side or your mortal side. Maybe it'll be helpful in your profession as well.
I considered it, but my specialization is in hexes and curses, and then I have the whole added responsibility of learning about fire as the guardian of fire, so I think I have a lot juggling in my head as it is, and I don't know if I necessarily want to clutter it up with even more.
Fair enough.
So, before I do this, she says as she takes, your hair, was there anything specifically that you're trying to have me look into?
Well, I have one or two fears. That being, as I do have a soul of an old god in me, I'm wondering if there's any vestiges of the old Leon soul, and well, whether or not I'm squatting in my body.
Let's take a look. She'll take the piece of hair, and she actually this time puts it into a mortar and pestle, and she adds in some random ingredients, probably some a little more creepy than others, like bits and pieces of certain creatures, like bat wings, eye of newt, and tongue of dog, and all that good stuff. And anyway, she crushes things into mortar and pestle, and then she creates this sort of like a paste of some sort. And she goes over and takes you to a separate room, and this entire room is all violeted up. So it's very extravagant, very uneven, but there's as I said, shrunken heads and voodoo dolls and a lot of very mystical voodoo-y type of, at least in the media, popular media, what voodoo is. But what you see in the media, voodoo is a little bit different from what voodoo actually is in real life, but it's very theatrical. But anyway, she takes you over to a table, and there's this crystal ball in the center, and she actually takes the paste and starts to actually coat the crystal ball with the paste. And as soon as she does that, it's almost like the crystal ball sort of absorbs the paste so that it actually does not leave a residue at all as she's doing this. And she is going to sit across from you at the table, and she will hold up her hands as if to suggest for you to take a hold of her hands.
Leon's gonna very hesitantly reach out his hands and take her hands.
Okay. She's going to take your hands, and she is going to close her eyes, and There's like candles that are flickering, even though there isn't any open windows or a breeze or anything. And is Rousseau in the room as well, witnessing? Because she's not going to kick you out if you want to
I would
witness
have
it.
asked if she wanted privacy, realistically.
She'll say that she doesn't need it, so you're welcome to watch if you're curious about it.
I just think Russo will just say it in Teven, this is your expertise, not mine. Now that I'm up to like 9 languages. I'm gonna say I'll leave you be. Let you two have your space, and then I'll just stay in the other room.
And then the table starts to vibrate a little bit and starts to shake. And Violetta doesn't even flinch. It's like, yeah, this is just something she's totally used to. I don't know if you're used to it or if you start reacting to it.
Leon's going to be a little spooked out and just flashbacks of, the ghost with the lawnmowers, spectral lawnmowers.
And then she finally says, I feel an anger. I feel an extremely ragey energy. It seems to despise and loathe yours. It appears to believe that you are an invader, an intruder, a squatter. Is there anything that you wish me to dive specifically into? I think I've made connection to the being that was once Leon's soul.
Well, I think we need to have a conversation and see if either I can let him move on or at least be okay with cohabitation.
What would you like to say to that soul? Speak.
Hello, I know that we didn't start off on the right foot, and we have been put in a situation that has been not quite agreeable, but I'd like to rectify this, if we can.
At that point, she sits straight up, and she starts speaking, but in a very different voice. And the words coming from Violetta's mouth are, leave your body. That's all I want.
Well, you and I both know that's not possible. So maybe we can think of a little bit more productive solution.
That is possible. You can leave your body whenever you want.
I don't mean to be blunt, but you have passed on. Your body was dead.
So, why are you taking over it then? That doesn't give you the right to take over it.
To be honest, this wasn't my first option. It was a decision made by our parents to have their son continue living.
You are dead too. They killed you at the end of the last blight.
Yeah.
Why should I pass on and not you?
Well, your soul is scattered, it's fading away, and, well, I seem to be trapped here, inhabiting here, existing here, and now have bound to this vessel. Your time is up, and though I don't want to kick you out, I would like to see if I can make you comfortable as you fade away.
Comfortable. And as soon as Violetta says that, your hands that you're holding onto Violetta's right now are starting to feel like it's searing with heat and pain. Now, Violetta herself is the guardian of fire, but you think this is not that, because you feel. I'm gonna say that during your time, you at least have enough knowledge or experience to feel what a rage demon would feel like if you were too close to it and could feel the heat of its burning flames. And you're feeling that rage right now of a rage demon.
I do not want to alarm you, and I do not want to make you dig deeper into this rage, but you've seen through my eyes what demons and heart demons can do to you. They can twist you, they can warp you, and I would hate to see that happen to you as well. The Circle has taught us a lot about magic and a lot about the soul. Do not let yourself be corrupted.
What you say doesn't mean anything to me. I hate you. I hate you. And out of character, you have to understand that you were Leon was an infant when it died, so it doesn't have, like, the maturity. Like, yeah, it's been around. This spirit, soul, demon has been around for however long you've been around but it's going to be really, really hard to logic your way through this, because it's almost like you're trying to logic your way to a 2-year-old that's having a tantrum.
A forever 1 month old.
Yeah.
Right, or forever 1 month. It's like, this is nigh impossible for you to get through.
Which is really hard for Leon.
Which is really unfortunate for Leon, but that's just something that you're realizing, that this strategy of trying to reason your way through things is... I don't know if you, in real life, have ever dealt with a tantrum, a 2-year-old having a tantrum, Sam, but it's like, you can't logic with them.
No,
Not when they're in that state, at least. And because it seems like this soul has turned into a rage demon, that even, like, exponentially makes it a harder sell for you.
Yeah. Leon, sensing that this is not working, I'm guessing his hands are stuck to Violetta's.
Yeah, and you feel that you can force, maybe with a might check, you can force away from Violetta, but if you do, you believe you'll break the connection.
Could I, somehow, like, wriggle Mr. Bun out of my inventory, my pouch?
Roll me a dex.
Okay.
Roll me a dexterity.
Oh no, it's not a very good stat.
Okay. I mean, what are you trying to do? Let me ask you that.
I'm trying to get Mr. Bun out to make an emotional appeal to him through a shared stuffed rabbit.
I guess I will get... Yeah, I guess I will be able to let you take...
Use, like, magic to help, move Mr. Bun out.
Sure. Actually, that's a good idea. Roll a magic roll.
Cool. Just straight magic?
Magic, if you think of another focus that you believe would make sense for magically getting Mr. Bun out of your...
Yeah, then that's a hard one, so I'll just do straight. So straight magic's a 21.
Yeah, that'll be enough. You'll be able to magically remove Mr. Bun out of the pouch.
Oh,
yes.
Hey, look, it's Mr. Bun, our friend. And I know you wouldn't want to make Mr. Bun upset. Mr. Bun can read your thoughts. You see, Mr. Bun's very sad at how angry you are. Maybe you can try talking to Mr. Bun.
Yeah. Leon, go ahead and roll communication, what is this, persuasion? Yeah, try to roll a communication persuasion with that.
18 with 2 points.
Okay, yeah. You can feel Violetta's hands, the heat receding a bit. And the anger is still clearly there and still raging, but not as intense. And you can hear Violetta's voice say, "It's not fair. It's not fair, Mr. Bun."
Well, what's unfair?
That body is mine. That body's not his. I just want my body back. I just want to live my life again.
Well, change is an important part of growing up. And even though you may not feel comfortable with what you could be going through, it's still good to experience new things. Maybe share, maybe move on.
I have never had to share anything with anyone. I never had any brothers or sisters. I never had to share anything.
Well, maybe this is a good chance of learning. See, learning is fun.
But living is fun too. You get to go and play. You get to splash in the water. You get to look at plants.
Maybe you can experience other things as well. You know, you are now a soul form. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Learn to grow from there.
Roll another persuasion, please.
14.
There's a pause. I guess I could. I guess. It's starting to seem to be doubting itself.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you want to drive something home or try to drive something home.
Well, this isn't the end. Maybe you have something that, well, this other person doesn't have. Maybe you can learn to do something cool. Maybe you can learn to be something new.
But nobody will be able to play with me in the Fade. I want to play with someone.
Are you sure? There's lots of fun spirits in the Fade, but you've got to be careful as well.
How about you? When you go to the Fade, will you play with me?
Yeah, I'll play with you if I make my way over to the Fade. I'm still needed here, though. So, I mean, I'm happy to help you, but I've got other business as well.
I'll try. It seems very begrudgingly, but it'll just... Again, the hands... Violetta's hands start to feel normal again. I'll try. At that point, you'll feel a sudden rush surge through your body, almost like you hit a funny bone, but like all of your bones in your body are like hit like a funny bone. So it's like, oh, that's really uncomfortable. Not painful, but really uncomfortable. And then you just kind of release your hands, and the connection is broken, and Violetta's starts to blink out of her trance, and the candles stop flickering, and everything is just calm and silent in the room. Whew, she says. Is it getting hot in here? I haven't felt this hot since... never mind, she says.
Just a small spirit being very angry.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I take it then it didn't go very well.
I started off bad, but I think we got better. Do you remember anything?
I'm actually not coherent when something takes possession of me during the session.
Oh. So Leon's going to explain to her a little bit of what happened, talking about, having Leon's soul, or at least a fragment of his soul in him.
Leon, I'm just speculating. I don't know how all of this works, but should you decide to ascend to godhood, I can imagine part of that will entail having free access to the Fade. Let me just say that.
Okay. And then, how do you help a soul move on? Say there's a ghost that has unfinished business.
Well, if it's possible to help them resolve said unfinished business, that's the easiest way. But if they can't, or you can't, then pretty much you try to do what you tried to do, which is help them to accept that and learn to move on.
Okay.
It's easier said than done. Especially with, to be honest, especially with a soul that young.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to talk to Pasha about how to talk to kids.
Well, if Pasha sends, then she might be able to play Duck Duck Goose or whatever with the dead spirit children in the Fade. I don't know how that works. But
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Well, that's going to be a great conversation to have. Hey, do you know anything about dead children?
unfortunately, they do exist, and I'd like to imagine there's a special spot for them in the Fade.
Yeah.
Maybe Pasha can find that spot.
Yeah. We'll see. And thank you so much. That must have taken a bunch out of you.
Yes, that. Whew, I really feel like Leon, do you think you could, if you could just give myself and Russo some privacy for the next hour or two? She says. I'm
Oh.
just feeling really, she says.
Okay. Yeah. He gets really uncomfortable and starts trying to skedaddle out.
She notices that discomfort, then she says, "You're a virgin, aren't you?"
And he just sort of opens the door.
She'll open the door, and when you do, Russo, you'll take a look at Violetta, and she has that look in her eye, just as an FYI.
When he sees that, he just kind of looks at her, then sees Leon running to the door, then kind of just like pole arms him. You might want to tell Maya and Ty they have to watch that holla for a bit longer.
Yes. Good luck.
Good luck.
You really gotta stop making this virgin thing so obvious, Leon.
We'll see about that.
So you leave, and I'm just going to say on the side, out of character, that once again in Violetta's room, tables are shaking and candles are flickering, but not for the same reason that they did before. So, okay. Russo, get a +2.
Nice.
For the rest of this session.
I like to point out that me and Darren sleep together. Just want to point
Tips
that.
for date
Sure.
night: have her do a ghost reading. Got it.
and be possessed by a rage demon. That will work out well. Okay.
Get Leon back again.
Oh no.
Do you have any other,
Unfinished
other spirit demons that you need to, I just... Yeah, whenever Russo and I have a dry spell, we just kind of talk to Leon. Anyway, so you and Nathan are just going to have another training session with the sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And more specifically, that I'd like to believe that he's been training you to do this for a while, but now it's gotten to the point where he has fully been able to train you so that you can make called shots, more accurately, for the viewers who don't know what that means. It basically means you can call a specific target, like a part of a body of a creature, to actually hit it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say that you get a +2 bonus on any called shot, Tyrion. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, I think this will be a neat Tyrion like specific thing. Is you may also convert chakra to add additional bonuses specifically to called shots. So for every chakra that you spend, it adds an additional +2.
Alrighty.
So you can stack as many chakra points as you want.
Damage?
It's that's a good point. It'll be +2 to. So overall, it's +2 to attacks and damage. Okay. Just overall. And then when you use your chakra, you can decide if you want to use it as a attack bonus, it'll be a +2 to attack.
Or +2 to
And then if you want it, or +2 to damage. Right. Yeah. I'll let you decide.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so this is sort of like to give us a quick then, like, I imagine they've done like the training dummy set up with the straws or like something like that, and like Tyrion, as he aims his rifle down, he sort of like aims at the shoulder, like
Sure.
sort of where it sort of connect with the bone. He's gonna take a shot, and it goes right through to the straw, and he sort of looks at it like, I think that's how I'm supposed to do it. Holy crap! That should take out his arm. That's not gonna be nice. Thank
Good
you.
job, Tyrion. I figured that this would be particularly useful for you because I'm assuming as a doctor, you know the body very
Body
well
parts.
and therefore would know what would probably be the most effective thing to call when you're doing
Yeah.
these called shots.
This is going to be helpful. Nathan, thank you. You've been training me for a long time. Like, this is a lot for all this training. There's got to be something I have to repay you, or...
Tyrion, I consider you one of my closest friends. You
I know,
don't have to repay
It's
me.
just, I know, it's just, like, you've done so much for to like help us out and train me. It's,
Well, if I was being honest, part of it is selfish because I have someone that I can geek out on
on guns.
guns with.
Yeah.
Because nobody else really is all that interested in guns like I am. So
Well, I mean, it is a new weapon, but it has its uses. I just hope, it is given to the right people.
fair enough.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, great job, Tyrion, he says as he pats his back.
Hey, thank you for everything, and hope you with what I've been doing, you've also learned from your skills.
Absolutely, Tyrion. It's been a pleasure. You are one of my very best friends, and I trust you with my
Yeah.
life.
If you need anything, you know who to call. Once,
He'll give you a smile, and why don't we go grab a bite to eat over at the food court?
Yeah, sure, yeah. My stomach is grumbling.
I think that it's safe to say that Russo is just going to stay in Violet Suite, most
Yeah.
likely. So, I don't know where Pasha and I think, Rosie's probably going to be in Theobin's laboratory. So if Leon wants to hang out in
Yeah,
Theobin's
Leon wants to
laboratory,
sleep.
You could not be a virgin anymore,
We
Leon.
could die tomorrow, and it's just you never
This
know.
is your chance. This is your chance to do it, man.
We're all stood around the Theobin's door going, "Get in there, Leon! Do it! Do it!"
He'll
Look,
probably
like
like
weirder
hang out
things
with
than doing it
Rosie.
in your girlfriend's dad's bedroom.
Well, wait.
what are you thinking, Leon?
He'll probably like hang out with Rosie through most of the night and then come back and sleep in his own bed.
In the guest, okay.
Oh,
That's
cool.
Where do you guys? So there's a guest house here, a guest house here, and a guest house here. I'll let you guys decide where you want to be.
I think it's fair to say that Darren would be with Daretham.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah. So wherever Darren is, I'd be there.
You just pick up guest house.
This one's kind of big, so.
Oh, okay, go for the big one. Yes. How about
Well,
Leon
there's two people here, okay?
Leon and Pasha?
There's two more, so there's one here and then
Right.
one there.
Right.
Is Pasha going to be with Athon, though?
I was going to say, Pasha's probably sleeping wherever Athon is sleeping.
Sure. Athon will just sleep wherever you're sleeping.
Okay.
So where would you like to sleep?
They'll be move here. They'll be in this one.
Okay.
Cool.
That one? Okay. Cool.
And would it be fair to say that
did
Balin's
Athon
staying in a
disappear?
separate room with Violet
Yeah.
Suite?
Yeah, absolutely. He's had his own room. Master Ignaldo will of course have the guest suite because he's Master Ignaldo.
She's just so fabulous.
He's a fabulous man. He's gotta have a suite. He's gotta have all the fashionable things. He's gonna have a double bed with two women on both sides.
There we go. So we'll say that maybe Nathan will bunk with Master Ignaldo or something. All right, cool. So, the night passes. And you guys are, sleeping soundly when Tyrion, with your perception 18 roll, you are awoken in the middle of the night, and you can't help but feel like you're not alone.
he goes for like his. I imagine he puts like his short sword like next to his bedside table. He's gonna grab it and he's gonna sort of look around.
You look around. It's pitch black dark, but I will allow you to make a perception seeing roll.
I will.
Because it is dark.
20.
20?
Yes.
Okay. You will see a relatively large figure, not as large as Bomb, because I don't think Bomb can fit in this room, but a relatively large figure in your bedroom, and seems to be rummaging, searching, or something along those lines. I'm not sure if you can tell what their intention is.
So he's gonna quietly get off the bed, slowly, walk up. He's gonna try and like grab them and like put the blade at their at least if it's a larger figure, he's gonna try like grab them down or get up, jump on them, and like put the blade on their neck.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a stealth for me, please.
Yes, I will give you a stealth at 21, but 1 stun point.
Ooh. I don't know if this person will be able to see that coming.
No, Tyrion is trained for stealth.
Nope. You won't see it coming. So you will be able to put the blade up to their throat. And what do you do or say?
I'm gonna try and look at their face if I can see it. Could I, since I'm a little bit close, could I at least try to get an idea of who it is?
Yeah, you'll get an idea, and just based on the overall form, and just you have this feeling in this room that just something is very ominous, and you can see that the creature before you is one of the Magister Sidereals, a very large and broad Magister Sidereal. As you have the thing up to their throat, they actually grab a hold of your wrist. Go ahead and roll a might roll.
Ooh, dude, 12.
Okay, unfortunately that's not enough to oppose this person's might, as the being pulls you and slams you against the wall, crushing the wall itself, which is mostly made of stone.
Holy crap!
Could the rest of us make a perception check?
You already did.
You already did. You
already did at the very beginning of the.
No, I know that, but like, could we notice the breaking of stone down?
Let him do his thing. As this
I'll
thing, I'm
get to
gonna
that.
get damaged. Nice.
Okay.
You're gonna take. I didn't roll very high, so you only took 6 points of penetrating damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
It's
Six
not
penetrating.
bad. I'm still up. So yeah, I get slammed. Do I get slammed through like essentially like Hulk style? Like I get burst through the wall.
You don't get burst through the wall, but it definitely does. There's probably an indentation on the other side, and this. I'm going to say that your eyes will finally adjust, and you can see this really broad-shouldered, muscular Magister Sidereal, which you recognize this must be the Forged Rite of Fire. Mm-hmm. And he's like bare-chested, but with a high perception roll, you do notice that with his bare chest, you see sort of like his heart beating. You can almost, it's not exposed, but you can clearly see like the beating of its heart within its skin.
I see.
And it's just bump, bump, bump. And the Forge Rite is going to attempt to move his hands to your throat, and is going to attempt to strangle you.
Strangle me.
But I will let you attempt to do something before he has a chance to wrap his arms
So I
around
imagine
your throat.
I'm grabbed. I'm like my hands sort of like tied up or not tied up
No, they're not tied up. I think he's a large person compared to you, and so I don't think he cares that your hands are relatively free.
Okay.
He's just kind of his strength. He's kind of relying on his pure strength to just keep you in control.
So Tyrion's gonna like put his hands together like this in this formation, and he's gonna slam them on his chest where the heart is. And try and force maybe like some breath out and force him to move out. Get a
Yeah.
That's brawling.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and roll your strength versus his might. So,
All right. Would you be cool with maybe Dexterity Brawling? Maybe.
sure, I will allow
Instead?
that.
Alright.
Sure, I will allow that.
Ooh, 24.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you needed that to be high to succeed.
Well,
Um,
Dexter.
yeah, I did not roll that high. So, yes, you will, take your blade and just before he has a
like
chance.
fist, like my, like this, my blade. Bare
Yeah.
hand, like holding them like this.
Oh, so you're not actually like
No,
stabbing
because
him.
I think I might have lost my blade. I imagine like, getting smashed to the wall.
Fine. You
Sorry.
can slam him with your fist,
Mhm.
and that does seem to stun him. So that does seem to be his weakness. So enough for him to like let you go.
Alright.
And so he's stunned and he hesitated. So hitting him in the heart definitely seemed like
Okay.
a good thing.
Alrighty.
But because it was just your bare hands, it didn't seem to do
Alright.
much.
So I'm out of his sort of where he is. I'm gonna look for my gun. I'm gonna go to it, and I'm going to sort of
Yeah.
point at him. And I know it's terrible range, but he's gonna say, and I'm just gonna point at him, and then say, "Bad move to attack the guy with the gun." And he's gonna shoot him. And it's not just to shoot him, but attack him, but also make sound because it's a rifle. Everyone should hear the sound of a bullet in the vicinity where he is.
In a cave, yeah.
In a cave.
Yes.
Yeah, this is going
Are
to
you-
alarm.
And are you like hitting him in a? Are you just shooting
Heart.
him or are you hitting
Call
him
shot
in a
heart.
specific- Called shot. Roll a called
You like
shot.
put the gun
attack.
up to his heart and like fire it.
Hasta
I
la
do,
vista.
baby.
Say hello
I think,
to my little
unfortunately, because unfortunately, I do have a penalty. It's -4 if I'm correct.
Would that
but
also be a hearing check too, because he's like in a confined space?
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
Not to, for the ears. So
Yeah,
it's-
because that would ring your ears out real.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, where's the -4 penalty coming from? Just out of curiosity.
Because I'm firing at anything shorter than 12 yards. This is
yeah,
less
gotcha,
than 12
gotcha.
yards.
Point blank. Yeah, point blank. Yeah, that
You
makes
get a
sense.
penalty for the call shot, so it's a net
Yes,
minus.
I'm spending
Net minus.
another
Unless you want
chakra.
to use chakra points.
I'm spending
Nice.
one more chakra point to make an extra plus, so that's a +4 to attack, so it's just the straight roll I'm gonna throw right now. 21 to hit.
Nice. Okay, you go shoot it and you fire it. It hits it right in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
The creature buckles over. This massive mountain of a being buckles over at the strike. It definitely seems like you hit it exactly where you intended for it.
Alrighty.
Meanwhile, now, while this is all happening, so looking at everybody's rolls, so with a perception of Darthan got a perception of 9, with a perception of 16, because I think, with a perception of 16, Leon, and actually Leon, you are relatively further away from Tyrion, it seems, on the map, which is okay. But I'm just going to say that you definitely hear some commotion, not the gunshot itself. You actually wake up before the gun fires. Before the gun fires, you hear some sort of commotion. What do you do? It seems you can hear something coming from not in your house, but it sounds like it might be coming from another house.
Can I do a magic check just to feel if anything's wrong?
Go ahead, roll a magic check.
Oh no, 13.
I mean, not really. But the sound definitely sounds wrong.
Alright, Leon's gonna grumble and sort of get ready. Not very fast, because, it doesn't feel wrong, but, and then he's gonna go outside his house. Does he see anything?
He doesn't see anything, but he can hear a commotion from a couple houses down, where Tyrion is staying. You know that Tyrion is staying in that house.
Yeah, and he also knows that Tyrion doesn't have a knight companion, so these are
No.
unusual noises.
Yes.
So he's gonna, knock on the door.
Okay, you'll knock on the door, and again, you'll hear even more struggling. Maybe he'll struggling and then you maybe hear Tyrion in distress or huffing and puffing or something, but he doesn't open the door.
Leon's gonna go oh no, and try to open the door.
I mean, it's. Would you have realistically locked or left your door unlocked?
Yeah, no, I would have locked my door.
Okay, he would realistically would have locked his door. So what would you do?
Can I
Leon?
arcane lance the door?
I think you can. I think you can.
Okay.
Go ahead. Roll your arcane lance attack roll. I just want to see what you get. Don't miss the door.
Don't miss the door. 17.
Roll a damage roll. I just want to see what you get.
Oh, okay. Sorry, gotta change my bonus. There we go. 12 damage.
That'll be enough to at least, break the lock, so you can open the door.
I'm gonna open the door.
You're gonna open the door, and it sounds like the commotion is coming from the bedroom. You can hear the sound of somebody slamming someone against the wall really hard.
That's super unusual. So
Yeah.
he's gonna bust open the door.
You're gonna go into Tyrion's room, and then it's still dark, but your eyes are gonna be able to adjust, and you see that Tyrion is about to shoot somebody in the chest, and you see him shoot and fire the gun, and the person that he shoots buckles over, and then you in the darkness you can hear a cough, and the creature says, Tyrion? And you realize, Leon, that the person that Tyrion shot was not the Forge Rite of Fire. It was Nathan. Tyrion, with a will save, with the save that you got a 20.
Yes.
At that moment, as soon as you fire the shot, the illusion of the Forge Rite starts to dissolve, and you realize that in its place was actually this person in a bright nug pajamas. Bright nug pajamas.
No! He drops the rifle and runs up to him. And he's gonna
What do you do?
I'm gonna take him to the bed quickly, and I'm going to I'm gonna look at the door. I heard the door open. I'm gonna say, "Who's there?"
Leon, you'll be right there.
What happened? What happened? He's gonna cast healing magic on Nathan.
You will try to cast healing magic. Unfortunately, with something straight to the heart, you're gonna need to have a more powerful healing magic to actually save somebody who got shot in the heart.
Is there anything in my magical repertoire that could help this, like blood magic?
Roll a magic. Well, roll a magic roll.
Cool. Creation or just straight magic?
Creation.
Cool. 23 with 6 stunt points.
So, okay, Tyrion is very good at what he does, and unfortunately, ironically, Nathan did a great job training him how to do a cold shot. So, because he was so accurate with his ability to shoot him right in the heart, the only thing that can help this man within the next few seconds is a spirit healer.
Oh.
The only person is a spirit healer. Or somebody with a amulet of soul.
Okay, so would I have known that Daretham...
Yes.
Okay.
I love
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to call through the mental connection, through the chakra,
Yes.
to
Yes.
Daretham, very
Just
forcefully.
Daretham? Okay, and only Daretham. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm also going to call everyone else, but it's directed at Daretham.
Okay, and what are you going to say to Daretham?
Emergency, need healing, Tyrion's house.
All right. So Daretham, you're probably having another lovely dream, because you actually have been having nice dreams lately, and all of a sudden, in the middle of this dream, Leon just shows up, he just kind of
Busts
breaks
on the wall
through.
like Kool-Aid Man.
He's like Kool-Aid Man style, and he says whatever Leon just said.
Uh-huh.
Emergency! We need your healing! Emergency! Wake up!
And then Daretham starts to wake, and he shit, and he rushes out. Darren's probably what's going on? And on his way, he grabs his staff just as a focus.
Sure.
And a few seconds later, he looks, sees Nathan, and he doesn't ask questions. He just go down and cast Revival instantly.
Nice. While this is happening, both Pasha and Rousseau will also probably be disturbed by Leon breaking through a wall, Kool-Aid Man style. Saying, "Wake up! Wake up!"
Just gonna immediately pop up in the bed. Ooh, I hope he didn't really see that dream.
Oh no.
Not a virgin anymore.
Oh.
Okay.
Then, like, can I just, like, rush myself out the bed, like, throwing on one of Violetta's,
Sure.
like, robes or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
21 with 4 stun points. That is far above my TN. So
Nice.
a dying subject adjacent to you immediately regains 10 plus con plus 9 in health.
Nice. You, Darethim will come in and
And I'll spend the mana.
like the Messiah will basically come in and say, "No, you do not die today," or whatever it is you want to say or not say.
Well, actually, before I do that, because I need to enter Spirit Healer mode. I forgot about that. I gotta do a thing first. So,
Party
Assuming
members
I
never
cast
die.
Spirit Healer mode. There it is. I need to make a Magic Spirit test with TN 14. I hope I don't fumble this.
If you
You'll do very bad.
you need to get 3 ones. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, you're good. Okay, you're good.
So, and then I will also, because do I see the bullet hole?
You can.
Actually,
Yeah,
if I was gonna
I'll-
if that's all right, I was going to do something actually while that was going on.
Well, I was
could I have,
while this goes on, I was going to see that, and then because I had the stun points for it, with the spell cast double cast Dispel Magic on Tyrion.
Okay.
Wait, hold up. What? Why would you? All right, I was gonna say I'm going to spend a chakra point to try to pull the bullet out, like slowly if I can.
Oh,
with the return shot. So
yes,
as
you can.
So
That's
Okay.
kind of cool. Yeah.
and I try to do it
You will-
slowly so I don't like.
Right, you will do that slowly, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, so order of events. Nathan collapses. You're taking the bed, and he's going fast. Like he is convulsing. He's coughing up blood. The young prince does not look great, and he's just looking at Tyrion with these like eyes, like,
Betrayal.
why, Tyrion? Why? Oh no! And you can feel the life ebbing away from him, but then Darethim comes in into the room. He activates Spirit Healer mode. While he's activating Spirit Healer mode, Tyrion desperately tries to use his chakra abilities to dramatically but slowly take the bullet out of his body. Now, realistically, would this have been a tainted bullet or not a tainted bullet?
No, it was a normal bullet I used because I didn't have time
Okay.
to put a tainted one in it.
Very good for Nathan. And then Darethim comes in and do this cinematically. Go ahead, Darethim. Cinematically,
Alright.
what does it look like when you're casting Revival?
So Darethim jumps in, sees what's happening, and then activates Spirit Healer mode, which calls a spirit to him to be able to do this. So
You call upon a spirit, and in that moment, I mean, everything is going very fast, but just for a moment, things slow down a little bit, and you feel the presence of a spirit enter into you and start to fill you with warmth. But you also smell something very familiar. It's the smell of herbs that somebody normally uses to wash their hair back in ancient Winter. And you sort of recognize the smell of these herbs that this female very close to you used to use to wash her hair back in ancient Winter. And that's when you activate your powers. Go ahead.
and he would just, as he's going through, smile inwardly, kind of almost using his magic to give a little hello. And he places his hands right over where the wound is, and his veins light up with blue lyrium light rather than his normal black veins. and the energy shoots into Nathan, filling his veins, and then his skin starts to reassert itself. And as he does so, there's like a ghostly image, kind of like how in Cyberpunk, or not Cyber, Blade Runner 2049, where you had that double over image. So you see both Dartham there and the spirit as well, kind of overlapping. As eventually the veins dull and Nathan.
Yeah. Nathan gives a gasp as the wound in his heart seems to be healing enough at least. He probably isn't going to be able to walk on his own for a while, but he sort of like gasps a little bit, and he's still coughing up some blood. And while this is happening, all of the avatars can hear within their heads this maniacal laugh.
So I'm going to then double cast, and instead of Dispel Magic, I'm going to cast Anti-Magic Ward, and I'll spend the mana to cast it like on all of us, and then use the stun point to regain some of that chakra.
So if it's so as like he's, I imagine the wound is slowly healing, but like I'm gonna still tend to it. So I'm gonna like, pull out like I'm gonna find my medical bag and like pull out necessary stitches. I'm gonna start like stitching him up, and and Darren's like, I'm sorry.
Tyr, Nathan says, Tyrion, are you okay? He says,
What happened? Why? I thought you were the Fortress of Fire.
You were dead.
What?
I saw you. I saw somebody. The Forgerite killed you before my eyes.
I thought you were the Fortress of Fire. That's why I shut.
No, I heard something. I came to see what was happening, but you were there. I could see you right there. You were dead.
They're here then.
I'm gonna say that, Pasha, if you want to arrive, you'll be able to arrive at this point, and you clearly did hear the madmen of Zazakel laughing in your head, and you'll probably overhear Nathan saying, I saw it. I thought you were dead. I saw the Forgerite, so you were able to catch that part.
Is it still dark in the room?
No. I'm assuming somebody like
lit up the torch.
Lit a torch or something. I'm assuming by this point.
Good stuff. I think
Also, real quick, logistically, Nathan now has math 28, 47 HP plus his Constitution, and plus 19 from, or no, how much from Tyrion?
That's 6 plus 5, 11. Extra health.
So
but
47, so 58 HP plus his Constitution.
Anyway, and Pasha, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Pasha would like to make a chi check.
Sure.
I guess.
Sure.
Just like kind of sending out an aura to be like, are you nearby?
You as in who?
You as in the
Civilians.
madman.
Yeah, go ahead.
Magic?
Probably
roll.
magic, because that's
Yeah.
whatever
Honestly,
I had to
magic.
roll whenever I
Yeah.
tried to
Magic
do skilled one
Spirit,
stuff.
maybe? Because
21 with
Yeah,
5
magic.
skill points.
Yeah. Okay, so Pasha, you believe that the Magister of Zazakel was physically here, not necessarily inside of Haven, but maybe just outside of Haven. And you can feel his energy lingering, but you don't feel his presence anymore.
Okay.
He probably did the illusion and then booked it out of there. Whether or not the madman thought that his trick worked or not, you're not sure if he's aware if it worked.
Okay. Pasha's just scanning, and she'll just can you feel that?
Tyrion's too focused on Nathan. He's sort of like it's like he's in doctor mode.
as we're talking, since it's just real quick, Darthan will make a light wisp just as we're talking, illuminate the area.
And Russo, you can enter the scene whenever you wish.
Yeah. I'd like to think Russo kind of like came, like had the hammer arched over, saw that they were dealing with Nathan, then is just making like a check around the whole place.
Sure. Sure, you will be able to make a check, and it seems like whatever it was has passed for now. There does not seem to be anything else.
Looks like we'll have to set up an early warning system.
I'll be sure to set alarms around everyone's bed.
Maybe we should think
What
about...
happened?
I was asleep, heard a sound. Someone was rummaging in my bedroom. It looked like the forge rite of fire. Attacked him, went for my gun, took a shot trying to alarm everyone else. It was Nathan. Illusion.
Nathan gonna pull through?
I think he'll make it. He's shocked. He's in shock though. I doubt he'll be able to move on until he recovers. Fuck.
While this is all happening, Hark, I'm gonna go to everyone, like literally everyone in Haven's room, and set up my alarm spell around everyone. And I'm using Taint Magic mode, so I don't have to cast mana to do it. Basically, if I fumble, then I fail, but if I don't fumble, I can't not fail.
I guess the next question is, what was Nathan doing in your room?
I look to Nathan. He says, "Well, he thought he heard noises in my room. He came to and saw me dead and saw the forge rite of fire. Probably me."
He was on the ground. Tyrion was on the ground dead. And I tried to attack the forge rite, but he was too strong.
I'm just gonna kneel down and drop a objection on the ground and basically hold Nathan up halfway. He was just tricking you. You are right.
Russo, I've never... My life just kind of flashed before my eyes for a moment there.
Because you've literally been shot.
It hurt like a mofo, he said.
I'm sorry, Nathan.
I could feel the calling of the Maker.
Well, luckily we snatched you from his grasp in time. We should get you to the infirmary before anything else happens.
I'll carry him. He's in no shape to walk.
Yeah, I'll hang here.
No problem.
I'll catch up. You guys go. I'll catch up.
As you're carrying Nathan over to the infirmary really quickly, he will ask you, Russo, you're a father. Do you think it makes a difference if I tell my father what happened? Part of me doesn't want to. I don't feel like it's necessary.
Just this moment or everything in general?
I guess both.
This moment, I feel like if you're okay with the scars and feel like you could hide it, you could get away with not telling Maximilian. As far as everything else, he's probably gonna find it out anyway, secondhand.
That's what I figured. And I appreciate the advice.
Yeah. You just need to focus on not moving a lot and getting well.
Yeah. And he's gonna hobble with you. Meanwhile, go ahead and finish whatever it is you guys need to finish up at the others.
I'll just say that I spend 12 minutes and I successfully cast alarm on everything, and then after I do that, I'm gonna go find Nathan and then just pump as many heal spells to get him to full health as I need to.
Yep. You will be able to physically heal him. He still needs rest to recover fully.
I'm still at my room for now. Unless there's anyone else who stayed with me. Like, did anyone else stay with me? Stay in my room?
I did.
Pasha did also, or no?
I think Pasha probably would have. I think maybe she would have gone with Deatham, just so that like as you're setting up the alarms, you don't get taken out.
It's the
Yeah.
buddy
Like-
system.
By
Yep.
system, yeah. So like Leon, you see like Tyrion right now is like on his bed, like he's just holding his hand like this, like calming down, like as the adrenaline sort of pumped into his system.
Whew. Exciting night.
Exciting. This wasn't exciting, Leon. I just almost killed Nathan.
But the point is, you didn't. Don't focus on the what ifs. We got here in time. That wasn't you, that was the madman. He can affect everyone. We fell prey to him with Theoben. It's not your fault, but we can take steps to mitigate this in the future.
Yeah. I got a cure for them. He's gonna sort of stand up, and it's essentially Tyrion is gonna do a marathon, essentially like sort of marathon shot of him. Just he's equipping himself, getting into his armor, like readying his rifle, checking all the bullets and the weapons he's gonna have, and like carrying all the gear he's got.
Slow
Jesus
down
says,
there. We're not going to fight them right now. We still need to prepare, but
I'd rather be prepared than not be prepared, Leon. That guy almost got me when I was without my gear. And he's gonna he's gonna check his rifle to make sure the bullet's ready, and he's gonna like let go of the lever. Better safe than sorry to be prepared.
yeah. We could
Come on.
think of wards to put up so that if anyone with the chakra ability comes close, we can alarm.
Do whatever you think is gonna be necessary for security. Those bastards. All right, come on. Let's. You get whatever security set up. I'll go check on Nathan. And he's
Okay.
gonna walk out. He's got himself. He's like fully equipped. Like all his gear is with him right now.
Do you
Like,
think that's for the best? Seeing Nathan in the infirmary with, fully kitted out?
I'll put my gear when I go see him, just on the outside. Just want to be sure if they don't ambush us here. He just got into Haven, this place. It means it ain't safe.
I think that maybe you should calm down, think for just a moment before you run back out there. Your mind can be very dangerous when it's agitated.
He's gonna take a deep breath in.
Here are some meditation techniques that the circle taught me. It is useful for keeping a calm head, especially in dangerous situations.
All right, I'll be fine. I'll stay with you for now. Is there anything you think you need to do?
Well, just sleep. It's been a long day.
He's gonna pose. He's gonna like still check on make sure he has his rifle strap on him. So, like I said, he's got most of his gear on him. I want to be safe and sure. Let's go take a look on Nathan. See if she find it. Probably Darrington's got him fixed up, but
Yeah.
he's
Man,
gonna
Daratham's taking my job.
our job.
Yeah, you'll go and visit Nathan at the infirmary. He's healed up, but he still has. I'm gonna say that his chest is like bandaged a bit.
Yeah.
His shirt's been removed. Because it's also stained with some blood. That tear is gonna need to be sewed though.
Yeah.
That that tear through his chest as he's sewed.
take care.
But he's bandaged.
Yeah. Right.
And he's still conscious. He still seems like he really needs some rest, but he's still conscious.
Yeah, at this point, Daratham's just finished like with the last bits of healing, so Nathan's at full health now.
Before he went in,
yeah.
actually, Tyrion would like set his rifle like outside, like at least like some of his more dangerous equipment out as he makes his way in, and he's gonna check on Nathan, just check his wounds and all that. He's silent. He's doing his doctor preliminary examination on him, see if like he knows anything he can do. Like at least like rest is required, yes, but if there's anything to like relieve the pain and all that, he'll look over.
Tyrion, I'm fine. I'm all right. You don't have to fuss.
He's got his like notebook out and he's writing stuff down. We won't be walking for a couple of days until he gets some rest.
I guess. What's the next move?
I'll look at anyone who's in the room.
Realistically, we can either wait till Nathan's better, or we can leave first thing in the morning after the sidereals.
Question. I remember, Leon, you mentioning something about trying to learn more about the Magister's Sidereals from the library at Fortuna after you spoke with the Black King. Out of character, you needed to spend some extra time to translate those books. You feel like you're almost done translating the books. You feel like if you do another hour session or two, you should be able to fully translate what you need to translate.
Yeah, I have some information, but I still am working on the translation.
Maybe you might pull a little bit of an all-nighter for the rest of the night and figure out some answers, maybe even some weaknesses.
Yeah, I'll mix up a nice potion to keep me up.
I can join you at least. I've got some knowledge and research.
Yeah, study party. Woo.
Hey, it should be patched up mostly. Nathan just needs some rest.
Yeah, rest would be good.
I'll let you. We'll let you sleep. Probably by tomorrow, I'll be back and I'll stitch you up. At least try to at least stitch up the tear you have there.
Tyrion, you and I, we're still good, right?
We're good, Nathan. And he gives him like that cold sort of stare. We are good. I'm gonna make sure you're better.
Tyrion,
Yeah.
I would love to give you a BFF friendship bonus +4.
Ooh.
You will get a +4 friendship bonus from His Highness Prince Nathan that will last throughout this and the next session.
Yes.
This and the next session. +4. Good job.
So Rousseau and me have a +2, and Nathan and Tyrion has a +4. Is that it?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So
Also add 2 to all of us.
she's gonna look at the rest of them.
If you play your cards right, all of you might have bonuses going into the final
I look
battle.
at
If you play your cards
the
right.
rest of the people who are here. If it's not a problem, I'd like to see if I can try to stay near the infirmary. I want to make sure there's no accidents that happened.
Of course.
If Tyrion wants to stay with Nathan, I think that's fine. The worst thing we can do is crowd around him while he's just getting rest.
Maybe, can I suggest maybe we should take some watches at least, just in case?
Yeah, I'm gonna get better dressed and check on Balin.
If I can make one request, Nathan says,
Speaking.
I'm going to be really hungry tomorrow morning. I can tell you this. Waffles would be nice. He says with a smile.
Just sleep. That's what you need.
Yeah, Dirtham, as Tyrion says that, says, yeah, I mean, certainly don't want the death of the king's son to be on the Darkspawn's record.
With that, Nathan will doze and fall asleep.